What's up, heroes? My name is Clone, and welcome to Crystalline. Crystalline is another visual novel made by the same people who made Ace Academy, PixelFade. So this is going to take place in a whole different world. Right now it's currently in demo. They do have a beta coming out shortly. It's going to be on early access on Steam early on in August. But let's go ahead, check on through the demo. I actually have no idea what we're getting into today. When I heard this was announced, I was really excited. So let's just jump right into it. Enter male MC's first name. We're going to go with the ever original Sylar. Last name, Clone, just like what we did with Ace Academy. This is definitely the same library as in Ace Academy. The library is far more quiet than I would have expected at this time of night. The only sound is the gentle hum of the air conditioner. Whoa! That was too close. I blinked my eyes wide open. Then I stifle a yawn as I stretch to wake myself up. Focus! Finals are just around the corner, so I can't afford to slack off. Glancing around me, I notice that I'm the only person left in the study cubicles. It's getting pretty late. I'll go back to the dorms as soon as I finish this last chapter. I flip through the book, only a few more pages to go. I can do this! Stealing my resolve, I refocus on my textbook. I have no idea what's going on. The words on the screen blur together as my eyelids grow heavy. I fight to keep my eyes open, but my lids continue to droop. I'll just rest them for a second. Yeah, we all know how that goes. Something jerks me awake and my eyes blink open. A bright light illuminates the room, blinding me until all I can see is a stark whiteness. I throw my arm over my eyes to shield it from the light. After a few seconds pass, the light seems to dim, but it doesn't feel like the same fluorescent glow of the library bulbs. Carefully, I unwind and bring my arm down, squinting at a pale blue sky. A mild breeze tussles my hair. Blades of grass tickle my neck as they wave in the wind. Where am I? I'm about to push myself up off the ground when something pops into view. A round blue blob with two dark eyes blinks at me.
Boy?
What the hell is that? And it's adorable. It bobs slightly, like pudding. When it notices my stare, it opens its small mouth and takes a dainty bite of my nose. Hey! You're so cute, that didn't hurt. The creature's bite doesn't sting, but feels like a cool splash of water. Before it can take another, I scramble to my feet. The creature tumbles off my head and falls to the ground. Once it lands, it shakes itself off with a gelatinous tremble, clearly unfazed.
Boy!
Boy! Pango, what? It hops into my foot and opens its mouth again, but I quickly shake it off. It rolls off my foot and into the dirt, then rights itself again.
Boy!
Why are we kicking this thing away? It's adorable. It pouts and continues to watch me, but doesn't attempt another bite. What is that thing?
Boy?
Can it read my thoughts? It cocks its head as if wondering the same about me. That's unsettling. I take in the scattering of trees around me. Their tall branches kiss the sky. There's a winding dirt trail which weaves through the trees. As I follow it with my gaze, I see smoke billowing out of thatched roofs of a village in the far distance. Where am I? The last thing I remember is studying at the library. That's it! I must have fallen asleep and I'm now dreaming.
Boy?
I swear this thing reads my thoughts. I glance down at the blue creature. What? At my response, it leaps up. You want up? Whoa! I scramble away from it, and it lands back on the ground with a soft thud. That thing can jump pretty high. I need to be careful. What's your deal?
Boy!
It's like a Pokemon. It leaps again, and I again retreat. Stop that! I dodge as it jumps, then I begin to run. To my surprise, the blob keeps pace with a series of nimble bounces. Seriously, stay back! It musters up one long leap, and I turn around the corner of a sturdy tree to avoid it. I don't notice the other person until too late. We painfully collide, and I lose my balance before toppling over. Uh-oh. It's a lady. Fortunately, my hands catch myself, protecting my fall. When I open my eyes, I see a woman. Well then. That's provocative. Her eyes are scrunched shut and her mouth is twisted in a grimace. Her long blonde hair is splayed out around her. And she's adorable. She lets out a small groan. She blinks open her eyes and fixes her gaze on me. My dream is becoming a wet dream. Yes, it is. Maybe she can give me some answers. My bad. Well, if we're dreaming, let's my bad. As I meet her gaze, my face flushes and I push myself to my feet. I'm so sorry. Are you hurt? I extend a hand. She hesitantly accepts it and I help her up.
Just
Whoa.
a little sore, but otherwise I'm fine. Are you hurt?
Whoa, that's some cool animation there. I was thinking the Ace Academy, so they're going to be rather stationary, but her head tilts, her mouth moves. The animation for her words were really good, too. No, I'm fine. I'm sorry again. I should have paid more attention to where I was going.
It's partially my fault. I was distracted.
Did anyone else see those physics?
Boy?
You little thing! The creature is right by my foot again. Are you serious? You're still here? The woman looks surprised.
A pongo!
A what now? Pongo? Jeez, all that Pokemon last night is making me see things.
Poke-a-man?
Something like that.
Boy?
Don't you start either. The Pongo bobs up and down by my foot and nudges me with its head.
Aw, he's a cute one.
I have a new friend. He?
Yeah, you can tell by the shape of his eyes.
Okay. Oh,
I think he wants you to hold him.
he's kind of cute. He's trying to eat me. I don't think he's going to eat me. He's kind of cute. How can you tell?
He's not being subtle about it.
Fair. The Pongo hops onto my foot and looks up at me.
Boy!
Okay. I bend down and he bounces into my palm. He feels cool to the touch and surprisingly solid for being kind of gelatinous.
Boy!
I have a new friend. He chirps happily as he rolls over in my palm. Whoa! The woman leads in and uses a finger to gently tickle the Pongo. He chirrups again and shivers. Stop tickling the creature.
Oh, his laugh is so adorable.
She continues to tickle him and he rolls over from laughing.
Oops.
Oh, yeah, whatever. She stops tickling him and pets him on the head instead. He snuggles against her hand and sighs contently. Looks like I've made 2 new friends.
Boy.
Using her other hand, she raises her gauntlet and seems to offer it to the Pongo. The Pongo stares at it, then turns his head away and hops onto my shoulder before nestling against me.
Boy.
I have a friend. Go away.
A pongo who refuses magic energy?
Huh? There's magic now? When did this happen?
Wait a minute. Are you a mage?
Yes? A level 110 Frost Mage? Of course not. I'm a warrior. That's not a real occupation. What is going on right now? I'm so confused. But I'm intrigued. What is a good option here? You know what? I'm a level 110 Frost Mage. Yeah, I play a mage in my MMORPG.
MMORPG?
Yeah.
You keep saying such strange things.
How do you... Oh, okay. She's not wrong. She holds up her gauntlet and a faint pale light glows. It pulses rhythmically. As she holds it closer to me, it quickens until the pulse almost looks like a long pulse. She blinks in surprise.
Wait, this heightened energy activity, it's you?
What now? She analyzes the magic swirly thing on her gauntlet.
I don't see a discharger on you. So then, how is it possible for you to have such a high magical energy reading?
Is it too punny to say magic?
Are you carrying crystals?
No. Is this a sting operation? What? No. Not that I know of. She looks me over again.
Never mind. It doesn't look like you're carrying crystals. Or anything for that matter.
But do you like what you see? I don't know what's going on right now. I was in the library studying for finals and somehow I woke up here.
Oh, are you from the Mage Academy?
No. The what?
Mage Academy.
I heard you. The what, though? I rub my temples. Okay, I think I've dozed off long enough. Time to wake up now. She blinks in confusion.
You are awake.
Really? No. This is a dream. She frowns, clearly unamused.
I can assure you this is not a dream.
I don't know. Have you seen yourself lately? Time for the pinch test. I'm not convinced. You don't run into women this hot in reality. I believe you. Now, I'm really tempted. The pinch test would be the thing to do. But at the same time, if this is like Ace, I want to try to woo this girl because she's adorable. You don't run into women this hot in reality. Only in a dream could have a woman... Only a dream could have a beautiful woman as you. A devilish grin spreads across her face. She pulls her hand back and strikes me soundly on the arm. Why do I always get hit when I compliment people in the visual novels like this? Ow!
Still think this is a dream?
Yes! Maybe. Nope, I'm convinced. Maybe. I'm going with my gut reaction. Maybe. I'm less sure about it than before. She punches me again in the same spot. Damn it!
How about now?
You're having too much fun with this. You might be onto something. 'Tis a dream! We're gonna go. 'Tis a dream. Never! She winds her arm back. All right. It's not a dream. Just don't hit me again. She gloats.
I knew you'd eventually come to your senses.
Define my senses. So, if this place isn't a dream, then where are we?
We're in Meadow Hill.
Okay. Meadow Hill. Where's that?
It's a part of the Kingdom of Havengard, of course.
Oh, okay. Havengard? She looks at me like I'm crazy.
It's the largest of the three kingdoms.
What three kingdoms is the next question?
Actually, where are you from?
Oh, I'm from New York.
New York?
Okay. Yeah, you know, part of the USA.
USA? USA?
No, close, but... No, the United States of America.
The United States of what?
Okay, clearly we're in a different world now.
Never mind that for now. If you don't have any crystals, and you don't have a discharger, have you casted recently?
What is she asking me? I have no idea what's going on. I shake my head.
Then the amount of energy reading doesn't add up.
She rests her chin in her hand as she thinks. A shiver runs through me as reality begins to set in. This really isn't a dream. Any ideas? She shakes her head. Oh, that's a cool animation.
Maybe the Mage Academy can provide answers.
Yes, back to the library where this all started. Mage Academy. That's a start. Sounds good to me. How do I get there?
Oh, it's in the center of Illumia.
You're saying so many different things that I don't know what you're talking about. Where?
Illumia. You follow the path going north until you arrive at the crossroads. Then you head...
Her voice trails off as she notices my expression, which is probably one of...
I'm actually heading back there now. You can come along if you want.
Oh, that's right. I will follow. As I contemplate her offer, I look her over again. Can I trust her? Well, let's see. She has a sword, a magic gauntlet, and she's drop-dead gorgeous. Yes. Her posture is naturally straight and gives her an air of authority. She did mention she was out here on some sort of official investigation. Plus, she seems friendly enough. Besides, if I don't go with her, then I'll be wandering around on my own. The chances of me finding this Mage Academy alone without running into any unsavory people are not promising. I can't risk that. I need to find my way back home. I nod. Thanks. I'm Cyclone, by the way.
I'm Leanna. Leanna Dawn.
Nice to meet you. I hold out my hand for her to shake, but she just stares at it. After keeping my hand out for a few seconds, I begin to feel awkward. Her expression changes to curiosity as she gingerly takes my hand. I grin broadly as I shake her hand firmly. She's a bit startled, but when our gaze meets, she matches my smile.
It's nice to meet you too.
Nah, she got it. I look at her questioningly as she continues to shake my hand. She slips her hand away and blushes.
Shall we get going then?
Yes, but can I continue holding your hand? Ready when you are. Leanna nods and brings us back onto the path. Then she walks into the direction of the village. The Pongo follows us, staying a step behind. We travel for quite some time together. It's been pretty silent. I wonder if I should say something. Ask about the Pongo, ask what brought her here, ask about her gauntlet. I don't have anything pressing to say. Now let's find out a little bit more about her. So, not that I'm complaining, but what exactly were you doing out in the field?
The field?
Where you found me.
Oh, there have been rumors of high energy readings around Meadow Hill, so I was sent to investigate.
Who sent you?
I had already checked out the surrounding area, and there'd been no clear source for all that excess energy until today.
What happened today? When you met me. She nods. I hadn't been in that field for very long before you found me, though.
You might be a byproduct of whatever created the energy spike in the first place.
Boy, do I feel special. What do you think that was?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen readings of that level before. The Mage Academy should be able to help explain.
And that's where we're headed. Good. I wonder what it takes to become a mage. So, besides magic, what else does the Mage Academy teach?
Oh, all the basics. How to use a manipulator, how to control your energy, the many usages and differences between crystals and spheres.
That sounds like the perfect place to be right now. Crystal energy and spheres. Yeah, what are those? What exactly is this crystal stuff you keep mentioning?
You mean the difference between crystals and crystal spheres? Well, when we refer to crystals, we mean the raw crystals, whereas crystal spheres are the usable refined state.
Okay. That's helpful, but I meant crystals in general. She stares at me and narrows her eyes as if trying to judge if I'm serious.
It's the power source for, well, everything.
Okay. I look blankly at her.
You don't use crystals where you come from?
I keep in mind I had no idea what I was doing here. No. Her mouth falls open as she looks at me in bewilderment.
With no crystals, what else do you use to power things?
Lots of stuff. I count off on my fingers. The sun, water, wind, nuclear fission, fossil fuels like coal or oil. Her eyes widen with each item I list. She's about to speak, but I'm not finished. Geothermal, waves, tidal, hydrogen.
Okay.
She shakes her head incredulously.
I get it. You have your own methods of energy. Many, many methods.
Oh, yes. Leanna's eyes sparkle as she falls into a pensive silence. A small smile plays at her lips while she considers what I've said. I might have overwhelmed her a little, but she actually seems interested in all of our methods for harnessing energy. Ask about the Pongo. What about our gauntlet? She keeps using that thing. Without seeming too suspicious, I try to get a better look at her gauntlet. What was that thing she was doing with it earlier? Leanna notices me staring and shifts uncomfortably.
Are you okay?
I want to know what that thing is on your left hand. Yeah, I was just curious about your gauntlet.
Oh, my manipulator?
Yes. Sure.
All mages have a manipulator. It's how we use energy to interact with the elements around us.
Wait, you mean you can cast spells?
I suppose that's one way to phrase it.
Whoa, can you show me something cool?
Like what?
Anything, really. I don't know. Do anything. Leanna pauses while she thinks. Then her face brightens. She lifts up her gauntlet and points towards the Pongo. He levitates in the air, much to the Pongo's surprise. So confused. As he hovers in the air, he looks in awe around him and opens his mouth, trying to eat the air. This thing's adorable. Leanna giggles and gently places him back down. That was sweet. That is really cool, levitation. Whoa, that was amazing. Leanna smiles shyly as she brushes a stray lock of hair behind her ear.
It was nothing.
I wouldn't call that nothing. What else can you do?
There's a lot more my manipulator can do, but I think it's best if I conserve the energy for now.
Okay. I nod. That makes sense. Ask about the Pongo. I glance behind us again. Just as expected, the Pongo hops along. So, the Pongo's still following us. Leanna glances back and grins.
That's not too surprising.
Why? Why is that not surprising?
Pongos are attracted to magical energy. That's why it was so strange that it showed no interest in my manipulator.
Okay. It's still following us, though.
It's following you.
Do I smell bad or something?
My readings showed you're full of magical energy. As far as the Pongo is concerned, you're a buffet.
Okay. Huh? As I think over what Leanna said, I look at the Pongo one more time. This time, he looks right back at me, and his eyes crinkle as he splits into a huge grin. He leaps into the air and reaches the height of my waist. Whoa! He jumps high again. Leanna giggles.
I think he's tired of hopping.
So you want me to carry him? Yeah, I'll carry him. I guess it can be kind of hard to keep up when you're so much smaller than us. I hold up my hands and the Pongo hops right into my palm. But he doesn't stop there. Before I can react, he hops onto my shoulder and jumps again to land on top of my head. Whatever makes you comfortable, dude. I feel a cool wiggle in my hair. Leanna giggles again. What's he doing?
Nothing. He's just so happy.
Okay. She reaches out a finger to stroke the Pongo, who chirrups contentedly. Leanna's smile broadens. Then she clears her throat as she tries to take a more serious expression. Her steps quicken as she resumes walking. I listen for sounds of wildlife as we continue walking. I can hear the usual song of birds and the faint whoosh of wings flapping in the air. Occasionally, there's a rustle amid the trees, and I even swat at the bugs buzzing around my eyes. It all feels very familiar, reminding me of home. Leanna clears her throat.
So, you're from USA?
USA, but yes.
Which kingdom is that in?
How should I phrase this? In the kingdom of North America. She frowns and scratches her neck.
I'm a little ashamed to say I'm not familiar with that place. Where is it?
On Earth?
Earth?
Okay, time to take a different approach. Let me see if I can explain. Alright, tell me where we are right now.
In Meadow Hill.
And where's that?
In the Kingdom of Havengard.
And where's Havengard?
In the land of Asaria.
And what is that a part of?
Terra, of course.
Okay, so Terra is my Earth. She pauses as my words sink in. Then she gasps. Does she get it now?
Wait, are you not from Terra?
No! From what I've heard so far, I'm not. She looks concerned.
How did you get here?
Your guess is as good as mine. That's what I'm hoping the Mage Academy can tell me.
Right, but I mean, how did you come to Meadow Hill specifically? Do you remember anything before you were in the field?
I think back. I was studying in the library and I'd been extra tired because of that same day I have an evening class. And I still remember everything about me and my past. Yeah.
Well, at least we know you don't have amnesia.
Positive start. I nod. She lapses back into silence, looking thoughtful. I have a lot to think about myself. My head is swimming with everything I've learned so far. Although there are some similarities between Terra and Earth, I've only scratched the surface on all the differences. I really hope the Mage Academy can help explain what's going on, and more importantly, how I can get back home.
Boy.
Yes. The pongo flips in front of my eyes and I carefully scoop him back into the place on my head. Whoa, what happened there? Did you slip?
Boy.
That's a yes. Is it my imagination, or did that poi sound a little sheepish? Leanna looks over and grins.
You were trying to get a good look at our friend here, weren't you?
We're friends now? Cool. I feel movement on my head as I assume the pongo nods.
Looks like someone got a little adventurous and lost his footing.
Something like that.
Boy.
Yep. I let out a chuckle as Leanna giggles. Once the pongo is secured, we continue walking. The sun dips in the sky and bathes the tip of the trees in a soft glow. My feet ache in protest with each step I take, and my legs are tight from all the walking. Oh, wow. It's a cute little town. Finally, we come upon the perimeter of the village. Leanna grins as she leads me through the gates.
Here we are, Meadow Hill Village.
We made it, finally! I take the time to catch my breath and discreetly rest my burning muscles. Leanna hardly seems affected by the long trek. We're finally here! I pull my arms into a stretch. Whew! That was quite the journey. Leanna masks a chuckle.
A journey?
Yes. I nod. This time she can't quite hold back her laugh.
Let's continue. We can rest at the inn tonight.
Yep, let's do that. As she resumes walking, I ignore my screaming legs and follow her. The village is still bustling with people, even at this time of day. I suppose they're getting in their last errands before nightfall. For the most part, everyone seems to focus on their own tasks. They barely glance at Leanna, but when their gazes are drawn to me, they don't look away. In fact, their steps slow, and they crane their necks as we pass. Now I know how an animal feels at the zoo. Leanna overhears my muttering and watches the people around us.
It's your clothes. They're very peculiar.
What's wrong with how I'm dressed? What I'm wearing is normal, where I'm from. Even though the stares are directed at me, Leanna seems equally uncomfortable.
Okay, new plan. Let's stop by the shops before they close. We don't need to draw attention to ourselves.
Fair. I instinctively pat my back pocket where I keep my wallet. I doubt they'll accept credit card here. Or dollars. I don't have any money.
That's okay. I'll take care of it.
You don't have to do that. That's generous of you. I like a girl who's independent. Don't make a big deal out of it. That's generous of you. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
It's It's understandable given your circumstances.
I'm glad you're understanding. I'll pay you back once I can. Leanna smiles and nods, and changes her direction and leads me towards an adjacent street. There are rows of quaint shops lining both sides of the road. I read the signs as we walk by. Edward's Apothecary, Blackstone Forge, Dragonscale Armory. Huh?
What is it?
I was just thinking, how convenient it is that everything's in English here.
English?
Something like that. I should have expected the question based on how our previous conversations have gone, but I'm still a little taken aback. It's what we're speaking now.
We're speaking common.
What? Leanna pauses in front of a shop and peers inside. Satisfied, she motions for me to follow.
Never mind. Come on in. We're here.
We can understand each other, that's the big thing. I step into the shop, and the first thing I notice is the overpoweringly musty smell of leather. It's not surprising considering the walls are lined with different types of leatherware. A small, elderly man emerges from the back. A pair of round glasses sits on his nose as an apron hangs around his neck.
Welcome. Please, take a look around.
I want to wear this hat. I like this hat. With this. His smile falters when he notices me. Leanna clears her throat.
We're looking for a new wardrobe for my friend here.
Yes, of course.
The shopkeeper blinks back to reality and resumes his pitch.
Well, you've come to the right place. We tan our hides and stitch the pieces ourselves. You won't find any finer quality than here.
Sweet. Leanna smiles politely and strolls towards the selections. I check out two seemingly identical leather vests, both of which are marked at different prices. I really can't see the difference between the two. Maybe they boost different stats. Hey, Leanna. She turns around. Which one of these will increase my dexterity? Dexterity.
I suppose leather armor will allow for greater range of motion while still providing decent protection.
I don't think that was the answer we were looking for, but it still works. That's the benefit of the armor type. I mean, dexterity. She blinks. So, none of these raise any stats? Leanna gives me a weird look.
Do your clothes where you come from raise stats?
Only if you consider cool pants to be a stat. Cool points to be a stat. She looks just as confused as before. Never mind. She smiles as we continue perusing. One by one, Leanna and I pick out my new outfit. Once all the pieces have been chosen, she goes to haggle with the shopkeeper. I tune out their discussion and watch the people passing by. Their clothing are simple in design, meant to be more functional than aesthetic. To my surprise, everyone walks around armed. This village doesn't seem dangerous, but looks can be deceiving.
Why don't you get changed now? There's a space in the back to give you some privacy.
Oh, you're not going to join me? Fine. I nod and take the clothes from her. Once I've ensured privacy, I quickly get changed. Luckily, these clothes have pockets and I can just transfer everything over. I palm my wallet, deck of cards, and loose change. Next is my phone. I try to turn it on just to see if it'll work, but it doesn't react. The battery must be dead. I get the feeling they don't have wall chargers here. Shrugging it off, I slip my phone into my pocket too. When I emerge, Leanna gives me a once-over. How do I look? She grins and nods in satisfaction.
Wow, look at you. Just like a native. This look suits you.
Thanks. I match her grin. Thanks.
Let's go find the inn now.
Probably a good idea to turn in for the night. She heads out of the shop and I follow her. Actually, maybe we can stop by the armory? She pauses and looks curiously at me.
Armory? You want to get a weapon?
Why not? Her question is careful, cautious. The goal is to blend in, right? It's weird that a person wearing leather armor is traveling unarmed. I look like a hostage or something.
You'd do have a point. Plus, it could come in handy.
You never know. Why do I not like the sound of that?
Do you know how to use a weapon?
Yes. Again, although her voice holds no hostility, I can sense her caution. I practice kendo competitively. She blinks. It's a type of sword fighting where I come from.
I see.
Leanna falls silent as she gazes out into the street. After an extended pause, she nods. Let's go get me a sword. We head to the forge where rows of blades ranging from long swords to short daggers hang from the wall. And guns, apparently. I want this one right here. All of the blades look fairly plain, but the steel edges glint dangerously amidst the warm glow of the forge. Unlike the previous shopkeeper, the metalsmith ignores us as he pounds out a red-hot blade. Sparks jump from the clanging metal, reminding me of fireflies. Leanna lets me browse the swords. I reach for one that catches my eyes. As I gently remove it from the shelf, I miscalculate its weight and drop it. The steel scratches the ground with a sharp screech. The metalsmith pauses in his work to glower a warning. Leanna looks on in shock.
Careful!
Yeah, I know. I quickly right the sword back up and grip it tightly. Leanna now watches me with intrigue.
Is this the first time you've held a sword?
Maybe. A lift, bro. Just a minor miscalculation. I got it. Shaking my head, I take a practice swing with the sword and it glides graceful in the air. Leanna looks impressed.
Was that a move from your kendo?
I nod.
Not bad.
I swing again and the movement flows naturally. As the sword cuts through the air with a sharp thwing, I can't help but admire how smoothly it slices. This is high-quality craftsmanship. Let's go with this one. As before, Leanna discusses with the shopkeeper. When she returns, I strap the sword to my belt. I want to see which one we picked out, though. We make one more stop to gather supplies for our travel. By the time we're finished, the sun is set and darkness blankets the sky. The town is aglow with soft lights glint from within houses and the lampposts on the streets. As we pass by a lamppost, I peek inside and see a small crystal shining brilliantly. Using the lights to guide us, we find the inn. I take a seat at one of the crude tables while Leanna talks to the innkeeper behind the bar. There are a scattering of other patrons, mostly men who sit alone, nursing a tankard of what I assume to be ale. I stifle a yawn. Now that I've had a chance to sit down, I feel the full weight of my fatigue. Luckily, Leanna returns and hands me a key.
This is your room for the night. It's right next to mine.
Oh, we can't share? Fine. Thanks. She nods.
They should be coming out with our dinner soon. Then we should get to sleep. We have an early start tomorrow.
Why early? My stomach grumbles in anticipation. Sorry. Leanna smiles as she sits in the empty stool next to mine. Our meals arrive and I stare at the bowl before me. It's a goopy, thick stew and looks about as appetizing as dog food. But it smells pretty good. What is this?
It's stew.
What kind of stew?
Rabbit.
A brief image of a cute, fluffy bunny flashes across my eyes.
Is something wrong?
No, I'm gonna eat this. I better eat this. Is there normal stew? Meat is murder. Nope, all good. I only eat non-GMO, all-natural, vegan, certified, gluten-free, nope, all good. I like that part being in there. That's great. I'm all about trying new foods. Nothing's wrong. This is fine, thanks. I take a tentative bite of my stew.
How is it?
Amazing. We're gonna go with amazing. We're hungry. This is even better than I expected. Leanna grins as she digs in. I finish eating and Leanna clears her bowl. Then the two of us head upstairs. Yeah, we do. She pauses in front of her room and I stop in front of mine. Good night.
Good night.
I'm about to enter my room when I hear a small voice.
Polly?
I forgot about you entirely. Looking down, I see the Pongo back at my feet. Now that I think about it, ever since we entered the village, he's been awfully silent. Have you been following us this whole time, or did you lose us and find us again? The Pongo blinks twice and bounces.
Boy.
I don't know what that means.
Pongos aren't exactly welcomed everywhere.
Why?
Well, they absorb the energy around them, including crystals which are used to light lampposts, or other similar items.
Okay, that makes a little more sense. I can see how that would be bad.
I think this guy knew to stay out of sight once we came in here.
He's a smart little Pongo. What if someone sees him in here?
As long as he doesn't stray too close to a crystal, he'll be fine. People only make a fuss when it looks like their crystal might be drained.
That makes sense. Got it. She reaches towards the Pongo.
Do you want to sleep with me tonight?
Yeah, the Pongo.
Boy.
The Pongo snuggles up against my leg. Leanna sighs.
I thought as much.
I mean, you're more than welcome to join. She opens her door and flashes me one last smile.
Sleep well.
You too. She disappears into her room. I open my door and step through. The Pongo perks up.
Boy.
Let him in. I step away from the door and the Pongo hops in. As I close the door behind him, he continues to hop around the room as if inspecting it. Yawning widely, I collapse onto the bed. The Pongo continues to circle the room. Are you looking for a good place to sleep?
Boy.
Did you find one? He suddenly leaps up and lands on my bed. He then bounces to the foot of the bed and wiggles himself a cozy nest by creating a small crater on top of the blanket. I can't help but grin at the little guy. Good night, Pongo.
Boy.
I roll over in bed, and it's not long before I'm fast asleep. A knock on my door jolts me awake. I sit straight up in the bed and barely notice a tiny yelp as the Pongo tumbles to the floor. My bad! Hello? The knocking stops.
It's Leanna. Are you about ready?
In a minute, we're going to continue our adventure next time. I'm going to end this here. That's what's going on. I have no idea, but I'm enjoying it. And I hope you guys are too. We're going to continue this a little later. I'm curious to see how this demo's going so far. As always, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to let me know by hitting the like button down below or leaving a comment. If you're new to the channel, unleash your power by hitting the subscribe button down below today as well, and I will see all you heroes in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.